So I'm Lyra Opalikihin, she, they pronouns, and I am currently a junior at MSU studying comparative cultures and politics as well as international relations. For this FemFest, I will be reading off two poems that I have written as part of spoken word. So I wrote these two poems while I was studying abroad this summer in Amsterdam. And both of them cover topics of liberation and how to sort of achieve this liberation, not just even from a feminist angle, but from like any angle as well. And so they kind of cover two different topics within that sort of wider lens. I think a big part of feminism and activism in general is uplifting marginalized voices. Within my poems, one of them, The History of Our World, that poem is all about telling the stories of those who have not been able to have their stories told in the past, and kind of the importance of telling those stories and making sure that their suffering and hardships are known and that we can be sure to build and improve on it so we can build a better future. I think I'm really excited to see the diversity of performance types, individuals represented, because I think that intersectionality is a very big part of feminism, and ensuring that not just white feminism is covered, but also black feminism, trans feminism, everything is, under that umbrella is incredibly important. And so I'm really excited to see this diversity of voices. I think FemFest is a wonderful experience for any student who's not only already well-versed in activism and feminism and what that means, but also students who are new to that sort of topic and want to see a really, good example of what that can look like. Because activism isn't just, having protests and forming policy, but it's also sharing yourself and sharing, art and, parts of yourself to uplift those voices, as I said. And so I think it's especially important for newer students to be able to come to FemFest and really experience what is here to offer, since it provides such a new and different sort of form of activism that many might not be used to. I think the last thing I want to mention is about my other poem that I will be presenting, Little Liberations. And that poem is all about how liberation, when you sort of think about the specifics of it, can seem like an abstract concept. Obviously, the goal is to end sexist oppression, but what that looks like in terms of how our world will actually look, the sort of policy that's need to be done to make that happen, it can be a little bit difficult to imagine. It's all about how even the small things that people can do, such as living, eating, loving your partner, all those things, all those little things are a form of liberation, because it shows that you are still continuing to live within these systems of oppression that are trying so hard to keep so many of us down.